Hey guys, how's it going? We're working on this zero turn today. This is actually a coworker of mine's. It's his grandpa's machine, and I guess I do a lot of mowing with it. It's in well-used shape. But let me clear off some stuff from the back. Please forgive the state of my garage. It's a disaster. I know it. You don't have to tell me. As soon as I finish my shed, it'll be clean. But let's clear some stuff off and talk about it, and the train will pass too by that point. Okay, so this is I believe it's a 20 horse Brigs Intech. There's your model number there. Anyways, it's a V-twin. And the complaint was, well, first of all, it wouldn't start. So, the battery was dead on the door now. What did I do? I charged the battery, fires right up. Okay, that was easy to fix. Battery charge. The other complaint is it pukes, quote, pukes oil everywhere. So, how do you find an oil leak? It's hard. Unless it's something really obvious like a cracked block or something. Well, it really isn't. So I had to take half of this apart. It's no big deal. We searched, all around there. All around there. It looked okay. You know, there was no smoking gun. There was no crack in the block. So I kind of diagnosed this as it was mostly over here. Sorry. It was mostly down there. That's why it's the cleanest. Because I cleaned it all off and then I mowed the front with this real quick, and it was the freshest down there. So I figured it was either this hose, which didn't look like it, or these have that common problem with the pan gasket failing. Excuse me, I'm still stuffed up. I was sick 2 weeks ago. I still can't quite shake it, so if my voice sounds kind of weird, that's why. Yeah, it was kind of diagnosed as a pan gasket. He approved the repair, R&R the engine, fixed the gasket, and I also bought all the seals that are possibly connected, like the oil pump seal, all the other seals. I got a new hose, new bolts, because I know that seal is prone to failure. The bolt, I call it the bowl, but the pan gasket, oil pan gasket, it's prone to failure on these Briggs engines. Common problem. There's YouTube videos everywhere about how to do it, but there's none concerning a zero turn. So that's kind of what we're doing today, because it's easy to access the engines on a front engine mower on a zero turn. These are a little trickier. So what we're going to do, excuse me, get this engine out and start the repair process. Alright, we're back. Basically what I did, I disconnected the throttle cable from here. It hooks into here. Just let that guy fly right there. Fuel pump was loose anyway, so I guess the owner tried to take it off for whatever reason. Disconnected it here, and it hooks in here, and there it is over there, staying above the point of the drip. There's an air filter or a breather line right here that connects here. What else did we do? We unplugged. Oops, sorry. 1, 2. Where's the third one? It was just 2. It ended up being 3 altogether. There's the harness for the tractor. The starter was disconnected, so you would have to disconnect the positive line, but I just took the starter off because, again, the oil was coming from here. I wanted to make sure there was no crack in the block. Those that have watched the channel for a while know that me and cracks in the blocks don't get along too well. So what's left for us to do, just to go down below, these might take a little finessing, but they just sit in there. You don't have to disconnect that. So what we'll have to do down below is disconnect the pulleys unbolt it, and then there should be 4 bolts holding the big guy on. Let's get down below and take a peek. I also forgot to mention, in addition to taking all the stuff off that I did, which you'll see it go back on, I had to loosen this guard. This thing just sits like that-ish, just to protect the engine. But it swings out of the way, you know, I'm not supposed to. Yeah. You get the idea. Alrighty. Ugh, disgusting. So we might have a little bit of an issue here. We're going to see. So this is the main pulley bolt. That's got to come out. This is the pulley for, I'm thinking, the deck. Yeah. And this would appear to be the clutch for the... to turn the blades on and off. Okay, no big deal, right? And our pulley is up there. I'm hoping this whole thing will drop down as one unit. I'm not that lucky, but we'll see. Anywho, there's one bolt up there. I know it's really hard to see here because it's caked in oil. Here, let's get a little light on the subject. Right there. Oh, you can't see it anyway. Sorry. Jeez Louise. What a terrible cameraman I am. I apologize. Alright. That should be a little bit better. Sorry. So, you can probably see it now. It's right there above that belt. Back here. So there's one. I don't know where the other one is. I'll have to do some scouting once this stuff's out of the way. Like I said, there is one. I can't imagine there's like 2 bolts holding this critter down, but we'll see. So yeah, let's get this pulley off and go from there. Okay, I got the main bolt out. I forgot you had to disconnect the belt from the mower deck. As soon as I did that, I heard a clunk, and here we sit. So, yeah. The electric clutch is out. Oh, that's a heavy, a heavy little buzzard. So we'll get this guy off. Oops, I'm sorry. So yeah, we'll get this off. Ugh. This guy, this zip tie off. I'm sorry, I'm really not doing well today. This off, and this whole thing will come out. And this guy should be able to come right off. And we'll go from there. Alrighty. Oops. One engine. Whew. Talk about disaster. Alright. Alright, now that we got this out, more inspection here. I will note that I did have this block, lean toward me because I was draining the oil out, and we did get quite a bit of seepage. So I'm willing to bet that this gasket is gone. So let's get this tin out of the way. Should do one more bolt, and then we're going to get this thing on its back and start taking it apart. I'm sure some of you are wondering why I took this cover off. That's why. If I didn't, that's a fire hazard. Plus I wanted to get all that caked on oil out of there. do a little tidying up, and then we'll flip her over. You know, in all honesty, I think we're leaking in many places. I think we're leaking up here. Might even be leaking here a little bit. That seal. That. Oil filter seal. I mean, my goodness. Where's it all coming from? So I think it's good. I got all of the new, any seal that I had to replace, that I could replace on this, I bought it. I budgeted that. So I mean, it's cheap insurance. So looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, possibly 11 bolts. I think that might be it. 10 bolts. Let's get her off. See what happens. Alright, I'm back. I got all the bolts loose. Got 1, 2 out. Made an interesting discovery. Most of them are really dry. This one is really dry. This guy right here, that's soaking wet with oil. I think that's just another symptom of our issue. The head gas, or the pan gasket here, has failed. So we're going to keep doing what we do here. Come back on when I have all these off. So be right back. Okay, we busted her loose. Let's see what we got here. Maybe I can do this one-handed. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. A little bit of oil still in there. Just a minute. Okay, unfortunately it did not come out one piece. What's new? I was not expecting it to. But see how that's pushed in? I bet you that's where one of the spots she was broken. That's gone. If you look at the pan, that'll be over here. That's gone. So there's a big chunk of our leak right there. So yeah, this was definitely part of the problem. I heard something fly into there. I'm going to make sure that everything is good here. There's our timing marks. I want to make sure these guys are all lined up still. No, we'll do that later. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's a little bit of oil in there. I'll get that out. Yeah. There's the governor. So we're going to replace, I believe, that seal. Of course, that seal. Yeah, it's on the other side. This hose. The oil filter, of course. So that, yeah, so that seal right there, the seal that's underneath there, of course this big guy right here. Man, and that everything looks okay. Yeah, this is gone. I don't even know where it is. It's gone. Look at this. So this would be over here, I think. Yeah, that's gone. Wow. So I think that's why it was just gushing. It's just gone. You know, got chewed up by the engine. This is brittle as heck. So yeah, that's where we at. I'm gonna get this oil out. Where's my pump? My vacuum. Little oil vacuum. To find it, and get this tidied up, and I think we're going to call her a night for today. Start reassembly tomorrow. I'll do a little cleaning on this pan, of course, but it's starting to get dark out there, so call her a day and pick back up when we're fresh tomorrow. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning. Well, actually, it's almost noon. I kind of got a late start this morning. We got the whole surface here cleaned, you know, for the most part. A little bit of detritus in the inside there, no problem. This guy off. The cover here I got that off, no problem. I pulled this little screen out. Actually, okay, I won't lie. It fell out when I flipped it over. And remember what I was saying about those missing pieces of gasket? Found them. So the gasket had failed to the point that it was floating around the sump for a while. Until it, this is your oil passage from the pan into your oil pump. This is your oil pump, I guess. Yeah, this is your oil pump. Hooks into the camshaft. And stuck there in that screen. So yeah, that's what happened. Is the pan gasket had failed. So I have here's the old seal I got out. You know, I had to heat up the pulley, so I mean I was gonna replace this regardless. So here's the old seal. It doesn't look terrible, but we'll replace her. So I got a new O-ring here, a new seal here. New oil filter, of course. I got to check the manual, make sure there's no other seals I missed, because I just got a generic gasket set, but I got the good pan gasket and new bolts in there. So there's that. And yeah, we'll keep it going here. Put our new seal in. I got some sealing compound. This is not necessary, but it's just being an old outboard tech, you know. Not so old outboard tech. That was another life ago. Put that around the seal, a little oil. Jam her back in nice and even like. So here we go. Okay, just a little update here. We got the new gasket on. They say either put it on dry or not. I put some of this what we call it 317-201, but it's sealing compound. We use it on outboards. Just to seal the surface, just to be safe. It might be overkill, that's fine. I'm good with that. New seal installed. Got all of this back together. This was a pain in the butt. Word of advice, make sure you have all of your dowel pins in correctly before you attempt this venture. Yeah, I forgot that guy, and I had to take the whole thing apart all over again. Whatever. At least I know how to do it the second time, right? So what we're going to do is get our new O-ring on the cover for the oil pump here. That's all installed. We're good to go there. Get our new O-ring in there. Our screws there, and tighten her down, and we are done with our surgery. Oh, we'll have to hook up the governor back up. That's no problem. So let's finish up. Oh, jeez. Let's start hooking her back up. Okay, we've made some progress. I got all 4 bolts back in. The pulleys are in underneath. The belts are on. That was a nightmare and a half because the freaking hydro belt kept coming off of its 2 pulleys that are down in there. Got this shroud back on. These wires just kind of hanging. This guy's on. This thing is on. So what we've got to do next is get our flywheel on, and I have a new key. I'll get some bolts in there. Bolt there. Fuel pump. Our little air line that's down there. And our shrouds, and like I said, the flywheel's the next big thing. Got that down there. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm bound to determine. It's about 6 o'clock or 5:30 right now. I'm bound to determine to hear this thing run today and use it. Test her out. So let's keep going. All right. We just had our first successful test run. So far, so good. No leak. A little noise here, I thought. But maybe not. Maybe it's clear things off and hopefully it'll ride. Okay, we got our oil all topped off. Throttle cable's on correctly. Let's see what this boopie's gonna do. Contact. Aside from the fact it rolled on my shoe. Alright, I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to try it. Sorry if you get gut view. I don't know why it's missing, but let's move this hose and do a little mowing. Alright, ignoring my choice of footwear, let's check the engine. See how we're doing. Well, it's filthy as sin, but so far dry as a bone. Let's keep going. There it goes. He gone.